And I see Florentine's wearing the Nirvana shirt, so that worked out nicely today, huh?
I knew you guys were going to play that.
What do you mean you knew?
Yeah, when I picked out my outfit this morning.
Your outfit? You call it an outfit, huh?
It's an ensemble.
An ensemble. Nirvana shirt.
It was the only thing I had cleaned, so that's why I wore it.
You like Dead Sour? Do you know anything about them?
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of cool. Every day we start the show with a song, and what's cool for me, people are turning me on to bands I'd never heard of before.
There's some really good bands out there.
I'm getting there. I'm starting to learn a little more lately. So Dead Sour has a bunch of great songs on the internet, on the old internet. But
You like bands with chick singers?
Sometimes, yeah.
Hailstorm.
Hailstorm, all right.
Check them out.
Well, how about we play one later or something?
Yeah.
Okay, Hailstorm. I've heard the name. Do I know any of the songs?
They got like 3 records out. I don't know. I'm probably not.
Okay.
They're a radio band. They got a lot of hits on the radio. The lead singer, Lizzie, the girl was just on that metal show this past Saturday.
She was cool?
Yeah, she's great. Rock star.
I think I kind of started tapping out with music about 6 or 7 years ago. I'm way behind. I hung in there long enough, though. I did pretty good, considering.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get back into it a little bit more. Anyway, Florentine is here. We got a very busy show. We got Bob Saget coming in, our pal. That means I think I got to go to breakfast with him. We usually grab a bite to eat when he comes to town.
I don't know if I ever met Saget.
You've never met Saget?
I don't think so.
He's a nice dude.
Very nice dude.
I've heard great things about him.
He's a wonderful man, and he's coming by today. And then Ron White and Vic Henley will be in as well. Is that it? I think that's it, right? Yeah, so Ron White's playing the Garden?
Is he playing the...
I think so. Is it time for the Garden gig? Or is he just in town and wants to stop by and say hi? I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yes, he's doing I'll tell you in a second. He's... No Garden. The Theater Madison Square Garden is Saturday. Okay.
All right, yeah. So that's upon us.
But he has North Carolina and West Virginia first. Why is he doing West Virginia Friday and then Saturday coming back for the Garden and he's here now? What's the matter with him?
I don't know what's wrong with you people.
Well, who?
Meaning you comics. You guys will go play San Francisco, come back home to New York, and then go play, I don't know, like fucking L.A. or something.
Well, because you don't want to hang out for 4 days with just downtime.
Why not?
Because we have no hobbies.
Close.
We got nothing going on.
Yeah, it's true.
We don't go sightseeing.
But you're adding a very long plane ride.
We're all about frequent flyer miles.
Yeah. You don't mind jumping on a plane?
No.
All right. I want to call out Jim Florentine for saying Van Halen sounded good when he really sounded like shit.
Oh, what, on Jimmy Kimmel? Look, Dave's...
No, I didn't think that was bad at all.
I didn't either.
Dave's never been a phenomenal live singer. Everybody knows that. Dave knows it.
Right.
So I don't know what people expect. People are just used to everything being so perfect now because it's all backing vocals and lip synced.
Yeah.
And playing the tracks that, if someone sounds original and is actually singing up there, people are like, oh, this sounds terrible. That's the problem.
I think he sounded exactly like has sounded.
I saw him in '81 when I was a kid, and he sounded just the same.
Pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Scott in Virginia, what do you got on this, buddy?
Hey, what's up? What's up, fellas?
Hey.
I understand that it ain't going to be the original album and stuff. I get that. But I've seen the clip. My wife called me and told me about Ellen and Van Halen being on there. And, oh, my God, you guys got to look at the clip.
Wait, Ellen DeGeneres?
He did Ellen a few days later. Van Halen did it, too.
Okay, so maybe he sounded like shit there. I don't know.
But you need to watch the video, and you will die laughing watching Dave.
We love Dave.
Always been.
God, if you didn't know Dave, you would have thought he was gay or something, or whatever.
Okay, well, you look at Mick Jagger. Look at any Rolling Stones video. Mick looks the same way. You know what I mean? Like just with the goofy dancing on stage and the moves and all that stuff. It's silly, but it works.
Look, I'm with Scott. I am. I honestly don't think there's.
You'll get a good laugh.
I honestly don't think there's anything wrong with being gay, but you do make a very good point.
Right.
If you didn't know David Lee Roth, you'd be like, that guy.
Look at the Rolling Stones Hang Fire video or Start Me Up, and you tell me what Mick looked like.
I don't know, Mick. I think Mick pulled it off better than David Lee Roth. And David Lee Roth, the difference is he did change. You know what I mean? He was. I guess he was always flamboyant, but the hair and everything
No,
else.
look,
went a
if you
little-
watch the Jump video, he's doing the same things. He's almost like a male stripper in it, the way he's like
Right.
grinding and putting his hips out there and stuff like that. He's always been like that.
But his pants are a little higher, and he's wearing like suspenders, and his smile's a little wider. And
you know what I love about him? He doesn't give a fuck.
no, we love him.
He does but he doesn't. He doesn't have to dress up like a rock star 24 hours a day.
Right.
He doesn't have an image where he's got to uphold all that stuff, wear a cowboy hat, whatever it is, and he just doesn't give a shit. He's like, this is the way I look, and I'm going to wear fucking suspenders up to my tits, or I'm going to wear no shirt. I don't give a shit. I love that about him.
I wasn't sure about him, and then he came in here, and I fell in love with the guy.
He's awesome.
Within minutes. And even when he's babbling and just taking over the room with nonsense, I just sit here and laugh at him.
He is a bit chatty.
He's chatty.
He's a bit chatty.
There was one time I was out, and he was in with you guys.
Anthony was out. You were out. I think you guys were on a fucking staycation together, and it was me and Dave.
No, I was in too.
Oh, okay.
We did the whole show. Yeah.
I knew there was something to it, and he pretty much took over, didn't he, that day?
Look, he was prepping the night before. Roland was telling me he was calling. What are they going to be talking about tomorrow? I want to be prepared. I love that about him.
I can't wait for him to come back. I'm surprised he hasn't been back yet.
He's probably living in Japan, isn't he? Oh, I guess no, he's here now.
Yeah,
He's probably back here. They're probably rehearsing. Well, the tour is going to start at, I don't know, July.
You think
June,
the whole
July
band would come in? That's when we want Dave to
No.
come in, when they get the whole band.
Never.
They don't do press together?
I don't think Dave will come in when Van Halen's together. I think they kind of keep him on the down low.
I've
Van Halen's notorious for not promoting.
I've talked to Van Halen over the years, and never together. It's always been like one or two guys at a time. Never David Lee Roth until he started doing our radio shows. Sammy, and then I got Alex one time separately, and then I had Eddie one time. Well, me and Anthony actually, separately, whatever. Never together. How cool would that be?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice, right? Can we just see a little bit of this, Sam? Because maybe the guy has a good point. I thought on Jimmy Kimmel he sounded great. I really did. I thought he sounded how he's supposed to sound.
But let's take this into context. So Dave's been over in Japan for probably a year and a half, just living there, doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Then he comes back because they got a live album to promote, and they're going to do a couple of shows. So his voice, it's almost like going back to the gym. His voice he's 60 years old.
You're already making excuses.
I am making excuses because he hasn't sung. He's not singing over in Japan. He's doing whatever, his karate or whatever shit. So he hasn't sung, so his voice is not in voice shape. When he's on tour and it's in shape and you're working it every day, it's going to be a little different.
You're missing the point. According to the caller, he's a little too flamboyant. That's what I'm going to be looking for. You can study his voice all you want. I'm going to say how flamboyant he
Well, if he's going to be on Ellen, this is the time to do it. I might even turn it up a notch. If I did stand up on Ellen, I might be a little more physical.
Let's see. All right. Ellen.
Pasadena, California, that went on to become one of the most successful rock groups in history. Here to perform Jump, please welcome Van Halen!
Man, they're getting some great press, huh?
Yes, they are.
Wow.
I don't know how many tickets they're selling doing the Ellen show, though.
Look at the smile. He's just a goofball. He's all teeth.
He's wearing a vest. He's doing like these weird karate moves. Very Elvis of him.
Big pants lace up.
Yeah.
In the front.
Oh boy, is he smiling.
He's shaking his hips a lot.
Shimmying.
Huh? Shimmying.
Yeah.
Right.
I think he's just being David Lee Roth, though. Wolfgang sure is a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
You would think that guy's, into show tunes. I think it's because he's dressing differently. Then brings it all together. The flamboyant angle. Well, that's Van Halen.
Yeah.
His voice hasn't lost much.
Nice fight. Yeah, he's doing the spins, but that's just kind of him.
You look at a video from '81 online on YouTube. He's doing the same moves.
I would never look at this and think he was being weird. If that caller didn't say that, I would just be like, yeah, that's what he does. His little vest is all tight.
Very tight clothes, and he's shimmying and moving his hips.
Where they have the camera where they get Dave and Alex for Dave and Eddie. They don't do a whole lot of Wolfgang shots.
No, it's a 3-shot basically.
Yeah.
And then every once in a while they show, oh, well, you got this. You think he's sick of playing that riff?
No, I don't think so because they don't tour that much, Van Halen. But no, it's just great to see Eddie playing the guitar again.
He looks very healthy. All right.
Boy, Wolfgang's a big boy. He doesn't look like the bassist in Van Halen.
I fucking love David Lee Roth. I'm getting excited that he might be in here again soon, Sam. That would be great. That would be wonderful.
And they're coming to New York. They're playing Jones Beach. They're playing PNC. So they're coming to the area July.
Okay.
Or August.
I've never seen Van Halen with David Lee Roth. I've seen it a lot.
I haven't either.
A lot of times with Sammy Hagar, and they were great. They really were great with Sammy. I don't really pick sides on that one anymore. They were both terrific for the band. They were wonderful. Gary Cherone, not so much. I saw that as well. I saw that.
I didn't see that.
Well, that was a little rough.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a little rough.
What was the ice sculpture video? We talked about that years ago. He did some like there was a video with like they were in this ice castle.
That was their single they were trying to push for that album.
Yeah, Without You or something. I think the song
forgot what it was called, but and Gary Cherone, we talked to over the years. He's a really nice guy.
He's a great guy.
He's a wonderful guy, but it just didn't work, unfortunately.
But if you Gary Cherone, you take the gig.
Of course,
sure,
of course. That's already 17 years ago. They tried Gary Cherone 17 years ago.
A lot of ice.
The song wasn't bad.
They're all wearing jackets and it's icy. Yeah, this is not good. The video is not good.
But it's not a shitty song.
No, but the video...
It just didn't hit.
They really tried to make a hit, too.
Yeah. The sound is there and everything, and they wanted Cherone to kind of sound like Hagar.
There's a lot of ice.
Would they play this in concert, you think?
No, David Lee Roth only does David Lee Roth songs.
That's
he won't do any Sammy songs.
So who's going to do the Sammy song?
Nobody does them.
Sammy, if they ever play together.
Yeah, Sammy does it. Sammy tours with Michael Anthony and a couple of like an all-star lineup. Jason Bonham on drums. Yeah, and he'll do the Van Halen songs.
But as far as touring, they had so many hits with Sammy Hagar. That would be kind of cool for the fans to hear some of those songs as well, don't you think?
There's enough with David Lee Roth where
True.
But Sammy sung the David Lee Roth songs when Sammy was in the band.
Mm.
That's how it is, though. Whenever one guy leaves, the new guy has to sing the older song. The
like
older
even
guy
with
comes back,
Dio
Ozzy
never,
and Dio.
Ozzy and Dio. Dio never sung the Ozzy. I mean, Ozzy never sung the Dio songs.
Right. Yeah, but Dio did them.
Yeah,
he did
Dio
War
did 'em.
Pigs and Paranoid and fucking Children of Grave.
And do they have some hits when Dio was the guy?
Yeah, a lot of hits.
They did.
Heaven and Hell. Yeah, there's a ton of
I know
them.
that one.
Neon
Okay.
Nights, fucking, they have Mob Rules. There's some great songs.
So, okay. All right, so we got that going on. We wait for David Lee Roth to come back to the show.
First singer
look forward to
after
that.
the first singer after the original is usually you can survive it, but after that it kind of goes off the cliff. Like by the time you get to your third lead singer, it's usually not good.
Is there an example of that? I'm trying to think offhand.
Well, I mean, after Dio left,
Then
Sabbath had a lot of singers, but
this guy Tony Martin, and there was like 9 other guys. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Do you watch golf?
No.
Is that a bad thing to do?
No, I just don't watch. I never really get into golf.
The Masters was on this weekend, and you waste the whole fucking beautiful weekend sitting in front of a TV while everyone's out enjoying that spring weather we had. I'm watching Jordan Spieth for 4 hours yesterday. Fuck! I should have went outside.
I watched a little while. I went to do
Did you
some
watch?
elliptical machine, and I turned it off in 3 minutes.
You don't care about golf whatsoever.
I just wanted to see Tiger Woods if he hit the ball a little bit.
He actually had a decent tournament, and supposedly he hit like a root or a rock, and a bone popped out in his wrist. I think it was his wrist. Let me see. Yeah, in his wrist, and I guess he popped it back in and continued playing. He gets hurt all the time playing golf. No one gets as hurt as more hurt than he does. So
He's not going to break that record, is he?
it's going to be tough. He was way ahead too. He was way the fuck
That
ahead.
scandal ruined his career.
Yeah, it really messed with his head.
That fucked with him, man.
Infidelity is his kryptonite. He needs to get whoring or something. And
No, getting caught was his kryptonite. The infidelity helped him.
I mean, his faithful. Yeah, being faithful. Sorry, yeah, I totally fucked up that line. Yeah, being faithful is his kryptonite. He needs to, get down and dirty, and I think he'll start winning again.
Can you imagine all your dirty shit being out there? Like I'm a pervert, and for me, it would be a little embarrassing. Can you imagine being this good guy, image wise?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, all your dirty talks out there.
Yeah, like 9 chicks come out with text messages and every story. He was telling me this. He told me this too. He told me he wasn't married. He told me he wasn't leaving his wife. Completely different stories.
But what's strange about it? No one really cares anymore.
No.
They don't talk about it anymore on the golf course, or it's just back to Tiger, and if he could come back and start winning again. I don't know. These young players are too damn fucking good. They all caught up to Tiger. That's the problem. He was just dominating everybody in his prime, and now if he squeezes out a couple majors in the next, he probably has 10 years of competitive golf left, maybe. If he squeezes out 2 or 3, that would be damn impressive, I think. But these young guys, forget it. This Jordan Spieth is the real deal. He's 21 years old. He's the second youngest to win the Masters.
Yeah.
Tiger's got the record by, I think, 3 or 4 months or something like that. But this kid isn't going away. He's really fucking good. But, I mean, you never
know. He could mess up. He's 21. All of a sudden, he's got all this money, all this fame.
True.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
it's tough to stay focused at that age.
Right. But, I mean, he's gonna win a whole bunch of tournaments that could have been somebody else's. That's what I'm, getting at. But I don't know, man. You sit in front of the TV on a beautiful fucking spring day. I'm like, what am I doing? So I finally got out of the fucking house. Tiger Woods said fuck on national TV during the game. They're talking about it on the news. Who cares? Do we really care about this shit?
No, they said, what would you like to do right after the match?
Let's say hi to Jeff on Long Island. Jeff.
Hey, boys.
Jeffy.
Good morning, Jeff.
Hey, by the way, best combination. You three, out of all the guests, this is the best combo. I've been listening for a long time.
Oh, thanks. I like settling in with us three. It's pretty nice.
I have to say, Jeff is my brother.
What about Sam? You didn't comment on Sam.
Sam. Wow, Sammy's on his own fucking rocket ship.
Yes.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Hopefully it's the challenger. Hopefully it's the challenger.
Jeff just put you on the pay no mind list. He's doing whatever. Well. Fuck him.
Yeah, good. Thanks, Jeff.
He said, "Oh my fucking God," when he missed a shot, and no big deal. But the big deal of yesterday was Tiger out and this new kid in. Tiger is done. This kid is just going to supplant him.
Yeah, this kid is really fucking good. He's only been around. Is this his second year on tour, Jeff?
I think third, but he was great as an amateur. He won two tourneys,
right?
2 out of the last 3. So he's going to replace Tiger, and you can see Tiger. He takes the hat off. He's bald.
I noticed that too. It's so sad.
Oh, Tiger's going bald?
Oh, badly, like his father. No. It's like going fast now. And I laugh because, I remember Jeff. He was the young stud with a full head of hair. And now he takes his hat off and there's a lot less hair. He sweats a lot more. Oh, God, getting old sucks.
And whatever happened with his tooth? Didn't he get his tooth knocked out? Did they ever figure out what happened with that?
Right, with the camera. They said no, it wasn't a camera.
I don't know. I mean, he's got a giant tooth back in his mouth. So he's got big teeth. I noticed that about him, too. Very big teeth. I don't know. Tiger had a pretty good tournament, though. I think he squeezes out a few victories in the next few years, but I don't think he gets Jack's record as far as the majors go. No way.
No way. He's throwing clubs. It's and this new kid is so cool and collected. And he's got a lot of class. So it's him and Rory. The new, that's the new generation. Tiger's out.
Well, yeah, they were talking about Rory was going to be, the guy, and he's slowed down a bit. So
yeah, good man. But anyway, I'm like you. I was like ready to take a ride on my Harley. I'm out on the island, and I'm fucking sitting there watching golf.
Yeah. They should have the Masters in the middle of this the fucking horrible winter we had.
Yeah.
Figure out it's the Masters, so they play it at Augusta every year. But fuck. Every year the Masters hits when spring finally hits, and you should be outside just enjoying that weather. But I sat in front of that fucking TV for 3 straight days. So,
yeah, no doubt.
All right, Jeff. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, right on. And Tiger, I don't even think he hit a fairway yesterday. Now we're going too deep in the discussion, whatever. But anyway, you don't watch golf. I love it on a Sunday when it is shitty out. You just chill the fuck out and have it on in the background, almost like fucking just background nonsense.
Yeah, I tried watching a little bit. I just was like, I like to watch something. And I said, fuck it, I just turned the TV off.
Really?
I couldn't do it.
Even the Masters? The Masters is like, that's one of the 4 tournaments that everyone likes watching if you're into golf.
I probably would have got into it. I just didn't want to get up that early on the road. All the comics play golf on the road. You have to get up at like 7 in the morning or 6 in the morning. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah, I never wanted to either.
Yeah, I never wanted to get up that early. And then I was a lefty. They never had lefty clubs. That
You're
they could,
a lefty?
Yeah. That they could that I can rent. That maybe they had one pair and someone rented them out. So I'm just like, it's too much aggravation. I was always chasing pussy till like 3 in the morning, so I wasn't getting up at 7 to go fucking play 18. You know, I mean, yeah, when we were first coming up, that's what you did.
Right. But a lot of guys play golf on the road?
Sure.
I thought it was just Voss.
I didn't. I was watching him chase pussy. I was chasing it with him and getting none.
You were his caddy.
Yeah, I was waiting outside the car. Yeah.
He was keeping the fat one
Jimmy
at
was
bay.
carrying your bag.
I carried his bag and his fucking condoms, which he wasn't going to use.
Here's your putter, Mr. Florentine. I think this one goes to the left a little bit. I don't know. I didn't know a lot of guys played golf on the road.
Yeah, it's just something they do.
I love playing golf. I'm not that good, but I do like getting out there. I'm hoping to start up again. But
I need an activity. I wouldn't mind it because I need an activity.
golf is just it's so relaxing, man. I love it, especially when those rare times when you get out there and it's kind of the rain's coming in and no one else is on the course. You're just out there by yourself or with a couple.
I have
of guys.
I have a feeling
It's nice.
Sam's wouldn't be a golfer.
Have you ever hit a golf ball, Sam?
No.
Like a mini golf, I did that before.
You ever take 2 balls and a tee and sit on it?
No. Well, you never went golfing, right?
No.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a thing.
No, I've never gone golfing.
Golfing.
It's been described to me, but it's never sounded pleasant or anything like I would ever do. No.
So you think like a guy like Voss is wasting his time being out there for
in the
3-4 hours a day
on the golf course? Yes, I think he's wasting his time many different places.
Well, but Voss, he's trying to take care of the itch because if he wasn't golfing, he'd be doing some pretty sick shit out there.
Yeah, he doesn't cheat. He doesn't gamble.
He knows it. He would put on those tiny little shorts of his again if he wasn't golfing. Yeah, he knows it.
If you're golfing instead of scoring crack, then that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But no, waking up early, spending all day out there. It's hot. It's annoying. No, I would never do it.
I've probably have played at least 10 rounds of golf with Voss. He takes it really seriously.
He does.
Is he good?
Yes, he's unbelievable. And his swing, and he's going to get mad at me, is horrible. But he gets it done. Now he's going to call and say "fuck you," but his swing is not good. But he fucking hits the ball. He knows how to play, and he knows how to get himself out of fucking trouble. He brings nice sandwiches for whoever's playing with him.
He brings sandwiches?
He always bags a nice lunch for me when I play with him. And he gets all excited to tell me what he has brought for the day. He takes it very seriously.
That's when you know you're going to be out way too long.
No, man.
When it's like 7 in the morning, he's like, "Don't worry, I have lunch." And you're like, "What?
What? Yeah, I want to be in the fucking clubhouse eating.
We're still going to be doing this at lunchtime?"
Yeah,
Well,
it sounds awful.
I mean, you could get around a golf course within 4 hours. So five.
That's way too long. Dude.
Way too long.
After 5, you're like,
Give me an hour and a half.
Yes.
I'll do an hour and a half.
You commit to it, man. You get out there early. If
you go at
range,
8:30
hit some balls.
If you go to 8:30 and you're down by 10, I would do that.
Well, play 9 holes then.
I'm not.
And you're not even going to get 9 holes in that time. By the way, it should be mentioned that Jordan Spieth, he's 21. He's balding like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, I saw him take his hat off.
He's got some problems up top already. And then another guy called, but we didn't have time to go to him. He said everyone on the PGA is losing their hair.
So they wear hats.
It's probably the hats, and it's probably the stress of sitting over an 8-foot putt, knowing if you make it, your prize money goes up $100,000. I think you would lose your hair too if you were in that spot. Anyway, I watched the golf the whole fucking weekend. There's nothing else there, really.
Can we discuss what a fucking scumbag Gary Trudeau is?
I don't know this
what
one.
What a fucking scumbag this guy is. The Doonesbury guy?
Yeah, of course.
His cartoon isn't funny. I've tried over the years.
I've never liked his cartoon.
Oh, he stinks.
That was for the hip kids growing up. I remember they all were into, Doonesbury, and I tried. I'm like, I sort of get it, but this is garbage.
Yeah, it's just, it never made me laugh. It never made me think. It was just boring and predictable.
I really don't know what's going on with him.
He accepted some award, and he was talking about the Charlie Hebdo cartoonist, and he was kind of saying, like, at some point, free speech goes too far, and, like, by punching downward and attacking a powerless, disenfranchised minority with crude, vulgar drawings closer to graffiti than cartoons, Charlie wandered into the realm of hate speech. Like, first of all, disenfranchised minority, aren't they the biggest religion in the world?
Yeah.
Aren't there a billion fucking Muslims?
Yeah, pretty much.
What a dick.
I think they're over 1 billion at this point.
Just a dick. That's all I have to say. He's just a dick, and his cartoon is awful. You ever laugh at a Doonesbury?
Never.
Well, I mean, is there an example of a Doonesbury? I don't know. Maybe we should at least have an open mind, Jimmy. You can't just say you never laugh.
You're right. You know what? I probably
I used to love when you used to read the cartoons.
Yeah, read the funny papers.
You want to read the funnies?
I think Jimmy can't do that bit anymore.
It always hurt my throat.
It hurts your throat.
It would?
Yeah.
Oh, man, it's one of the... oh, God. It used to fucking get me going. Let's just pick one. I mean, seriously. You're trying to tell me this isn't funny, Jimmy?
Okay, what's happening?
It's hard to...
Let me find it.
Come on, Sam, find a clear one.
Yeah, let's what's happening?
There we go.
Is this,
He's like blaming the... Like, there was another example of it, too, where he's like blaming the fucking people, and the free speech is going crazy, instead of blaming the fucking animals pulling the trigger. Like,
of course.
What a douche.
Probably should blame them first, at the very least. And then maybe have a discussion after that if you have to.
I don't like anyone named Gary who has 2 R's in his name. That just annoys me. Gary. He really bugs me.
So what do we got going on here? It looks like we got a lady. Is she pregnant, or is she getting a gyno?
Yes.
A gyno exam, maybe?
Or something, yeah. I can't. You have to turn this one, Sam, sweetie. I can't see. I'm getting older.
All right, at least, at least give it a shot. Maybe this is some funny stuff, Jim Norton.
Yeah.
It's a woman laying there on her back, and there's a nurse. So the woman says, "But I don't want a transvaginal sonogram." And the nurse says...
Wait, first of all, a woman would never say that.
No.
Okay.
Sorry, miss. True. Your first trimester. And then the doctor is holding this piece of equipment. And the next one he goes, "The male Republicans who run Texas require that all such abortion seekers be examined with a 10-inch shaming wand." And then in the next one, it's her and the nurse. She says, "Well, will it hurt?" And then the nurse says, "Well, it's not comfortable, honey." And then the next one, the final thing is, she goes, "But Texas feels you should have thought of that." And then off thing, you can hear the doctor go, "By the authority vested in me by the GOP base, I thee rape." Very unpredictable to why he's attacking the conservatives. And
who reads that shit?
It's just awful. It's awful.
What? Who reads that? Just do one more. Please, one more.
All right. Can you make it a little bigger, Sam? Because I don't want to just laugh. It's a couple on a date. Doonesbury.
I felt like I was not, with the cool kids.
Yeah.
Growing up, because there was a bunch of them that were into this Doonesbury guy.
Oh,
and I just never fucking got it.
It's just hideous. It's hideously unfunny.
All right, here we go.
Make it bigger.
What are they? It looks like they're at a coffee shop, maybe.
Yeah. It's a couple in the coffee shop, and the guy says to the girl, "Apparently, all you need for a GPS voice is 59 sound clips." And then it's just him. So Toggle spends about 4 hours with each A-list artist, and then she says, "Like who?" And he says, "Are you ready for this? Today's recording James Earl Jones." And then coming from outside, you hear, "Turn left." And then they're showing the inside of a recording studio. That's a keeper, Mr. J. He fucking stinks. He fucking stinks.
He's a multimillionaire.
He's
off
terrible.
This shit.
He's won awards for this. It's awful.
What? Who reads that and goes, "Oh, that was just
That's
wonderful."
interesting.
Oh my God!
Did you think
Thank
anyone
God.
called anybody else to say, "Did you read that one today"?
Yeah, he probably called someone.
I think they just keep the comics and the newspapers out of habit. At this point in my life, and I am older, I don't know one person that actually reads this shit.
There is actually
no one has ever referenced it and said to me, maybe on the way to family function or at a family function, "Hey, did you read Brenda's Star or what was it, Dagwood or whatever?
Yeah, the Blondie.
Blondie.
Yeah.
all that crap.
I used to read the Bazooka Joe comics because they were so bad, but you just had to read them because you're like, that's just silly.
Yeah, they were
You
just
got a piece of gum.
one-liners, though.
Yeah,
They
pretty much
didn't hurt
one-liners.
anybody.
This one's actually not. This is it's for. All right, he got
It's
me.
a good one.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
Jim.
it's funny. I can't lie.
This must be a good one if Jim's already laughing.
It's got 4 things. The first one is a guy, and he's like, I guess pointing to what a little. Is that his wife? You think they're watching a TV, and he goes, "This is it, JJ? That's JJ." She says, "What's she doing? Giving birth on cable?" And then the next one is them watching again, and he says, "I can't believe it. I just can't." And then the wife interrupts him. It says, "Look, they're flashing her progress on the screen." She dilated 7 centimeters. Hold on, there's this third one coming up. It's the wife. She's alone, and she goes, "This is amazing, Mike. Do you realize she's having a baby on the other side of the country, and we're watching it live? Yikes! 8 centimeters." And then the fourth one, he's yelling, "Push, push!" And she goes, "Of course. I suppose it could be on tape delay." Oh my God, he's so. That's what you do when you don't punch down. That's funny stuff. Funny stuff there, Gary.
I'll tell you, Jim always makes fun that he's a bad actor. That was phenomenal. If I was a director, I go, we got it.
Right.
We don't have to do a second take.
But what a life he leads. Anything he thinks about in his head, he just draws up.
Yeah.
Not even editing himself, going, "Oh yeah, that no one would give a fuck about this idea. Let me wait until something really pops in my head."
But the fact
Who the
that
fuck would read that?
But he's like
and enjoy it.
a real liberal guy. And I don't want to attack all
Whatever.
liberals.
I don't care what is.
But what annoys me is why it's another example of fucking a liberal fucking finding a reason why certain stop it, guys.
No, it sucks. Then the liberals out there who go, "See, you don't like him because he's a liberal."
No, that's not why.
That's not why.
I
He
could
just
care less.
sucks.
I like Bill Maher. He's very liberal. I could care less. All right, whatever. I just wanted to say that. He's really annoyed
The
me.
only people who read comics are people in jail. All right.
Yeah, I guess if I was in jail, I'd probably enjoy it. I'd read it slowly.
Right. Real slowly.
They watch soaps in jail. They fucking, that big soap opera fans, whatever they can get just to go from day to day.
Yeah.
Well, they're fucked because soap operas are done.
Yeah.
I think they're absolutely done. So, the other thing over the weekend was had to go to a baptism.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know where.
Do you
I'm at.
renounce Satan and his works? Or do you renounce them?
Well, the whole
Were
sudden-
there shootings all over the city while you were at the baptism?
Oh, very good. No, but the priest, or actually in this case, he wasn't a priest because he was talking about his 3 or 4 daughters. So what is that? Priests aren't allowed to be married with fucking kids. So
Maybe he had him before he was a priest.
Was he a reverend?
no, they were in their. I think his daughters. I think he said he had 3 daughters. They were in their 20s.
It wasn't a Catholic.
Yes, it was a Catholic church. So he was a fake priest. So does this kid in my family? Did he get the real juice or what?
Well, he could have been.
Did he get the real action?
If his daughters
If it
were in
wasn't a
their-
priest?
If his daughters are in their 20s, then he could have become a priest 10 years ago.
Yeah.
No, you're not allowed to.
I thought, unless they changed the rules, but I don't
haven't
know.
ch-
You weren't allowed to have any kids or be married if you were a priest.
They are thinking about changing the rules.
Right, but
that's where we're at with the Catholic Church. They're thinking about maybe allowing the priests to be married and have families so they can actually relate to the people a little better.
Maybe
but
they
they're
also-
not there yet.
Maybe they just also don't want it to be a haven for people who want to fuck children and aren't sure where to go. That's a lighthouse. It literally is a lighthouse filled with kids.
Man, it got to the point when I do go to church, I look at every priest and go, all right, how many did you knock back? How many did you knock back in your day? Especially the older guys.
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible.
Either they did it or they saw some shit or they know some stuff.
And it's terrible that I think this way, but that's my first
No,
thought.
you're right. It sounds
I'm
terrible.
thinking, wow, it was an epidemic for a while. So, what did this older priest know or do that he got away with?
Would you let your kid be in a choir? Like if he wanted to be in the church
Fuck
choir
no.
or an altar boy or something
Hell
like that?
no. No fucking way. No way.
My parents signed me up to be an altar boy because I was out of control, so they thought they would calm me down.
Yeah.
Did he go?
Good dick in the
Yeah.
ass will straighten this boy right out.
Yeah, I was an altar boy for about 2 years in the Catholic school.
Any action?
No, but the priest wound up
be one of those guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
they transferred him out about 10 years later to a different parish, and then he just disappeared.
Do you remember back where maybe there was something that was a little strange now that you're older?
No, but he definitely wasn't interested in me. He took these kids on like camping trips to football games.
How bummed were you?
And all that stuff. Yeah, I was.
You were bummed, right?
Yeah, I mean, but he would take them to Jet games. I wasn't a Jet fan, so I didn't care. But no, I was bummed. He would take like 6 or 7 from the neighborhood.
I think you want to at least know that you're wanted.
He might have known Jim wasn't going to give it up, though. Like,
yeah,
could probably sense.
I would have played hard to get.
You were playing hard to get?
Yeah, he would have to take me like at least two times at Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
You know, maybe some pizza.
I don't know. And then, I'm the godfather, and then like this. It was a deacon.
Corleone.
It was a deacon, not a priest.
Yeah.
So what is a deacon?
They're allowed to get married. They're non-pedos.
So
deacons, reverends, a lot of those guys can get married, if not all of them.
Even in my high school, I went to a Catholic high school. The dean of the school, the head priest, all that stuff, they all got busted later on. The dean used to whack me in the ass with a paddle.
Ooh,
I'd have to bend over his desk.
We know.
Very hot.
Yeah, I know. And then
Fill it up over here.
he'd catch me in the hallway, like outside smoking. He'd go bring in the office, and I have to pull my pants down. Just have my tighty whities on. He'd bend me over the desk.
Would he spank you with his hand?
No, with a paddle.
But he really did?
Yeah, oh, yeah. I get like 10 for smoking. He caught me like 3 different times smoking.
You were standing outside his office,
Yeah,
blowing it under the door with an erection, waiting to get yelled spanked.
Can you imagine? And every time we bring up pedos, we have to say this because they get fucking mad at us. Pedo doesn't mean gay. I get it. Because there's gay guys out there that fucking yell and scream at us every time. Because
I never thought that it meant that they were gay.
they always pop out of the woodwork. So we're acknowledging that.
Even in my high school,
this was his
too?
thing. This was his thing, and he was able to just drag kids into his office and make you pull your pants down. That must have fucking got him just
His cock
going.
must have just been leaking like a sieve, just a gutter. His cock must have been leaking pre-cum, just like a fucking little half-hard gutter. So
I was wondering what I slipped on the way out of his office. But there was also, the priests used to watch us take a shower after gym class, too.
Of course.
No
They would
kidding.
they'd make us. I remember a couple times I didn't participate. They go, "You still have to shower." I go, "But I'm not sweaty." They'd get in there, and they would stand there and watch to make sure we showered.
And one of those guys definitely
Yeah.
turned out to be no kidding.
Well, he probably was eyeing up prospects. What a great gig that is.
I know. He wanted no part of me when I'm packing like a 1/4 inch.
Probably 'cause you have big balls, too. He probably hated your big man balls when he was a kid.
It was just hair and balls they saw, and they passed.
Who's that lady?
Down in Philly, I mean, keep it vague, but they, my family down there and the neighborhood in general, they know of a couple as well. Couple of guys, couple of priests.
I would never even go.
It's
I would support that
unbelievable.
shitty organization. Like, why even go?
Unbelievable, but
Maybe there's some new blood in there, younger priests, to know that shit can't go on. It's
maybe.
watched now.
yeah. The church I go to every once in a while down in Philly, it's a younger guy that's in charge, and I feel a little more relaxed. It's the older guys, man, and that's not. Maybe it's not fair. Maybe they skated and they truly didn't know anything. It's just hard for me to imagine they didn't know. But I see those guys. I'm like, fuck, dude. What have you seen in your day?
Yeah.
Or what have you done in your day?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You got a kid too. It's like, do you bring him religion? My ex, whatever, is bringing my son to church on Sundays. I don't care about it.
Your ex.
It's final.
Check TMZ.
You make TMZ with that?
Yeah.
You did. Was it a good?
Why? It must have been a slow day.
You made TMZ with that.
I was surprised to see that.
Really?
No, I mean, I knew it was happening, but I was
Bobby
surprised.
Flay's you were part of the Bobby Flay thing. TMZ.
I ate at his restaurant once.
Bobby Flay. Comedian Jim Florentine. Fuck, we weren't done with the whole priest thing, but that's okay. Comedian Jim Florentine, take my wife, please, but not my house.
Oh, that's fun because you're a comedian. It's
Yeah,
no
take
one-
my wife, please.
I like that.
It has the very TMZ. It's a picture of you and your ex, and there's the split, like the lightning split
Right.
in between.
Our pal Florentine's been going through some stuff the last few months, and Now it's official. Now you can talk about it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to talk about it, but it's out there.
Let me at least read this from TMZ. We guarantee comedian Jim Florentine has a new divorce bit in his act. His marriage is over, but he and his ex have already divvied things up, and at least Jim will still have a place to write jokes. So your divorce is final. That's pretty amazing. It was only a few months.
Yeah.
Guys go years fighting this shit out.
Well, there was really nothing to fight about. We just kind of, settled everything.
Right.
Behind the scenes. It was pretty...
You kept the house?
Yeah. I mean,
you're staying
I'm not
there.
supposed to talk about the settlement, but whatever, it's out there. But
they couldn't squeeze a Opie and Jimmy mention in the TMZ article? What the fuck? You've been doing our show like almost on a regular basis for a year, you fuck.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
It would have been real nice.
A little press out of it.
And we know some of those guys over there. You couldn't throw us a bone? It says Florentine, best known for the Howard Stern Show. You had a good run with Howard, though, so fair enough. Appearances and crank yankers filed to divorce, I'll just say his wife, on March 6th. They've been together for 2.5 years. No long, drawn-out battle here, though. Sources close to Jim tell us the exes... have already reached a settlement agreement. We're told Jim keeps their house in Jersey, and they will share custody of their son. We're also told his wife will get an unspecified amount of child support and a one-time payout of $25,000. You got off easy, my friend. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Everything's signed, right?
I don't, I'm not allowed to talk about that aspect of it. Yes, everything is, divorce is official.
Okay, this was his first marriage, her third. Expect more details on the split on Jim's next comedy album, just a guess. Wow.
I didn't know I had a new comedy album coming out. That's it's news to me.
Well, the good comics like yourself, you take what's going on in your life and you certainly spin it into a fine routine. So I'm sure you're already thinking about that. No,
it's tough though because when you're so angry and all of a sudden shit's going on, to talk about it on stage, it comes out really. Right. I remember Voss telling me, I think when it was after his second marriage, that he lost a lot of comedy clubs because he was so angry.
Right.
When he was going through the divorce, that he was so vicious up there that people were walking out.
Right.
So I always knew to just lay low on that. I took that advice because he's like, I lost a lot of work. Right? I know it is.
But you've been dealing with this for a while now, and your comedy hasn't suffered.
No, it took me a while to really get back up. I took like a month and a half off from doing stand-up.
Right.
You lost weight? I couldn't believe how much fucking weight lost.
22 pounds.
I know. I remember the day you came in and told me, and you were like 22 pounds lighter. I'm like, oh my God. I was thinking to myself, what's going on with Jim? What's going on with Jim? And then I think you told me after the show that day or something. I'm like, oh, now it all makes sense.
We were hoping you were sick.
No, I didn't eat for 13 straight days when I was going through it. I went on like this juice fast.
Right.
I had to put something. I just couldn't eat.
You had no desire to eat.
No.
So obviously, you at the time you didn't really want this marriage to end.
No, I never wanted to. I always wanted. I love being married. I really did.
You really? I can't fucking believe. If you knew Jim as long as I did, I can't. I've never thought to hear that in my life. I actually find that encouraging. Yeah, like what? If you could settle down, like there's a
I was almost like a chick at one point in my life. I go, all right, I want to get married and have a kid.
Right.
I hit that moment, and I was like, that's all I wanted, and I got it. And once I did it, I was like, all right, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not,
right.
No more fucking around, none of that shit. It's not worth it.
Right.
Especially when there's a kid involved.
Sure.
So I just knew that part of my life's over. It's almost like an athlete retiring, going, all right, you're not going to go back.
Right. But you have the memories.
Oh, absolutely.
You got the memories.
Yeah,
it's just smile every once in a while.
Yeah.
Was it hard?
And you put up Hall of Fame numbers too. So
it's sometimes no. You know what? Because all you do is you think of your son. When I thought of my son every morning, Dad, wake up, jumping on me. Come on, let's get up. Mm-hmm. That. Anytime some chick comes up to you and it's like, hey, let's go hang out, you think of your son, you're like, fuck that, I'm going back to the hotel.
Right.
Yeah,
so it wasn't even temptation for me.
It's almost like to give that stuff up, I think. Like a lot of times I keep thinking, okay, I'm going to run out my string, as they say. I got X, Y, and Z to do. But then it's like, no matter when you stop fucking doing all this stuff, there's always going to be a million things left on the table. Like you never walk away and go, okay, I did every last one. Done. Like there's always ones. Oh yeah, I wish you're always gonna have to look and go, I'd love to do that, but I can't. Right. It's almost like trying to avoid the desire to want to do it, and you can't.
Right.
There's always gonna be shit you want to do that you say no to yourself.
Yeah.
I got so much more work done though when I really focused on You know, in a relationship, just being in and being
Right.
monogamous, not even worrying about that shit. That crazy shit of my life was over. So I got so much more work done in my career. It was amazing how much shit. I'm like, wow, that's fucking insane.
How did you don't have to answer any of these questions, obviously, but what happened? Why did it go wrong?
I don't know, you know.
You don't have to.
I read something.
We know, but
I don't know.
it's up to you what you want to say. If you don't want to say anything, that's fine. I'm not fucking pushing you. Fuck that.
I wanted to be married.
I
would have never got divorced.
That says a lot.
I can't believe I'm hearing that. Like it's like just. I mean, when you were married, I remember being in the car with you, and saying like, "Is it hard to just fuck the same, like be with the same person?" And you're like, "Nah, you get used to it." It's like it was. I couldn't believe it. I found it very encouraging.
Well, I was in other long relationships. I had two different relationships that were 6-7 years before. So it wasn't, you know, I was used to being with someone for a long time.
But you weren't cheating. Like that's what I was amazed at.
No.
I was not out banging other girls. That's what was amazing to me.
I mean, when you find the right person, that stuff doesn't bother you as much. I mean, I mean, you're lying if you don't say you think about it from time to time. You see something and you're like, oh wow, that would be nice. But you know, the bond you have with somebody, if you find the right person, really gets you through all that. And you don't think you really. It's almost like just an aside, like oh, that would be anyway. And then
there's always a couple you go, oh man, I wish if I was single still, I would have loved to go after, but whatever. You almost see the aggravation. You almost see how much time it takes and all, you know, the texting and the lying and I'll meet you here. And then you're trying to work this and trying to, all right, and once I fuck her, how do I get out of here? Because I don't want to stay over. I don't want her to stay over. It's a lot of nonsense. Right. It's a lot of time taken up. So when you're not in that involved, you look at it from afar. You're like, oh man, I'm so glad I'm not dealing with that nonsense.
Right.
Because when I was in it, you know, like years ago, it was crazy. You just, you know, trying to work this one and this one and this one. It just takes up all your time.
I mean, but when you're single, that's kind of fun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, from like 22 to 35, it was phenomenal.
Until they show up at the same place at the same time.
And that was before social media and all that shit where people didn't know where you were.
Right.
There wasn't 3 chicks coming to your show at the same time, all that stuff, you know.
Right.
And them telling, you know, finding out some chick you might be with and contacting them saying, hey, he's with me and all that stuff.
Are you happy now, Jim Florentine?
No.
You're not?
No, I'm not happy. I'm divorced. I'm going to make it work, but no.
It was just a necessity.
Yeah.
Had to be done.
Yeah.
Had to be done. No regrets.
No.
Yeah.
Now, I guess if you don't louse something up or you feel like you did what you wanted to do in a situation, it's like you can be sad about it, but you don't regret you don't regret anything you did. Like you don't look back and go, "Fuck, I should have done this, this, and this different."
No, because it could have got talked out, whatever went on.
Right.
You know, so it's.
So you didn't want to get divorced, but you knew this was the right thing to do, and you're not looking back.
No, I mean it sucks because you got a kid involved.
Right.
It's a whole. Right. So now we got
Now you're tied.
I didn't want to be that guy that was that statistic. Divorced dad.
Right. Wow, that sucks.
You said it could have been talked out. You would have been willing to talk about it, or only up to a certain point.
Well, there was a thing I said in the beginning. One thing I won't put up with in a relationship,
right?
And if it happens, I'm out.
Right.
You have to, have a trust,
right,
built in. I'm not,
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. I work through a lot of shit. I've been in relationships where there's some shit Jim knows.
Yeah.
Where some crazy shit has gone on.
I've walked in the middle of it.
My ex used to live with me and Jim. She wound up taking her own life and stuff. She had a lot of problems, but I fucking hung in there.
Yeah.
A lot of mental issues and all that stuff, obviously, and just, dealt with it and tried to get her better. All that shit. But, when it comes to whatever, I don't know,
You've had a long fucking haul, brother.
Yeah.
You've had a long few years. Whew. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
I'm not. What do you say? You've had it rough, real rough. But you'll be happier in the end.
Yeah, I think it sucks because you gotta you come home to an empty house. I like coming home to a family. It was weird. Like comics come off the road after like 4 or 5 days, and then you come home and you're by yourself again.
Right.
You're on the road for 5 days, stuck in a hotel by yourself, go do the shows, that's it, you're back. And then when you come home, you're by yourself.
Right.
And it was nice coming home to a family.
Sure.
You know, yesterday, like I had such a lonely day yesterday. Like what he's saying, it doesn't sound. I'm not saying I necessarily have to have that, but it doesn't sound like this. At one point, I would have been like, "Ugh," but it actually sounds like, yeah, it might be nice to have somebody there. It was just awful.
Yeah,
just lonely.
I'll tell you, man. You come home on a Sunday after doing fucking 6 shows or whatever, and busting your ass, and your kid runs out in the driveway when you pull up, and your wife's there. It's fucking. It's awesome.
Will you ever get married again?
Highly doubt it.
You never know, though.
Yeah, you don't know. You can't say. You know,
you don't know what's out there. You might just fall deeply in love with somebody else.
Yeah,
down the road.
Might not even be a woman. Who knows where you're going to go?
Exactly.
You know what?
The laws are changing, Tim.
Well, maybe work on that fastball. You might be back in the back out of retirement for a little while.
I'm gonna have to be. I mean, I don't want to ruin my legacy. I almost feel like Joe Gibbs. Remember when he came back to the Redskins?
Right.
It's like why did you come back?
Maybe go on the seniors tour.
Do I fuck it up though?
Go on the seniors tour.
I'm gonna have to go on the seniors tour.
Come back with the 45 jersey.
Yeah, the Michael Jordan. Yeah. I'm gonna have to. I really.
You might have to.
But you know what? He took a couple seasons. He wasn't as good, but then he had a couple.
Jordan squeezed out a couple good years.
I know. I was about to say that his first couple seasons back, he wasn't great.
He squeezed it out,
and then after that, he had some great seasons.
I think you could squeeze it out for a couple more.
I don't want to be Jordan on the Wizards. You know what I mean?
There was that one sweet spot though. It was a 45, not great. Couple good seasons with the Bulls, and then you got to get out before you're on the Wizards.
Get some HGH in your system. You might have a couple years left.
And I was a clean player. Do I take Cialis and Viagra? I never took that shit. I didn't have to.
Oh my God, you have no idea how the game has changed.
I see.
Amazing.
I'm like Derek Jeter. I got a clean record. Do I come back and risk my legacy?
It's a different game.
I'm almost like Bonds and Clemens. I put up those numbers clean, and then I feel like I get greedy. Guys have passed me by, so now I got to take PEDs.
No,
like allegedly those guys did when they already had a Hall of Fame career. Why did you fuck that up?
Right.
Here's what it is. You had a gig after you retired. You got a nice coaching job, and there was a fire at the school. So now you got to go out and find another fucking coaching job. So in the meantime, you got to fucking go out and play a little bit to make ends meet.
Yeah,
Trust
I think
me.
so. I think you got to get some sympathy pussy in.
PED is good.
You're gonna be you're gonna be pushing them away. You're gonna get a lot of women coming at you for a little sympathy.
I got baggage though,
Yeah, but they know all that. They probably just want you to do what you got to do.
I got a little
to make the sadness go
I got
away.
a little 6-pound Yorkie and a son.
Oh God,
I know that's some baggage.
This guy's got advice for you. It's Dan in Michigan. Dan, go ahead.
Yeah, Jim. Sorry, but if you're trying to meet people and have some fun, fantasy football or fantasy baseball.
I'm trying to meet girls.
Join the fantasy football league. It'll help the loneliness.
Nice social club.
Yeah, I think you need that in your life now.
Yeah.
We're a couple months out before everyone's going to start picking their teams and stuff. I think this is perfect for you.
The problem is there's no chicks at a fantasy football draft.
No, but they go out to like a sports bar.
Yeah.
And then there's chicks at the sports bar.
No chicks.
And then they're going to come up to you. Why are you here? And like, well, I'm here with my fantasy
No
football
chicks are
league.
going to come up when there's 19 fucking dorks wearing Peyton Manning jerseys at a sports bar with their laptops open.
I think Dan's onto something.
No, he's not.
Didn't they go to laptop to the sports club, sports
Yeah,
bar?
or their iPads, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Just bring a nice tablet.
All right.
Yes.
I'm glad I could help.
Dan, I think it's a very, very good advice. Let's say hi to Tony in Brooklyn. Tony?
Hey, Jimmy, same age, man. At 45, I got a 5-year-old. I'm divorced. Wife took me for everything I had. She keeps the house in Huntington Bay. I bought a nice piece of property in the station for you, Opie. And you know what, man? You love your kid. It was fucking psycho sleeping on the couch from like 2010 to 2012.
Oof. Right.
My kid would come down into the basement and he'd be looking like, oh, there's Daddy, and then Mommy's up in her bedroom and stuff like that,
Right.
But man, I love having my kid, and it's fun. You know what? And you get laid more in your 40s than you do in your 20s.
Yeah, I mean, mine was not like that. My marriage was great. I mean, to me, it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like I was sleeping on a couch. He was in another room or any of that stuff.
It came as a complete shock, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let me say thank you, sir. Let me say hi to Doug. Hey, Doug. Welcome to the show. What do you got?
Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us.
You got to be truthful with all of us.
Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be truthful with all of us. Jim, you got to be
I have been.
Florentine.
Oh
boy, has Norton been truthful.
You got to be truthful with the Opie and Jim fans here. It's all over the internet, dude.
What are you saying, Doug?
You caught your wife fucking a 22-year-old. Don't lie. It's on the internet. It's on TMZ. It's on the comments.
Robin Quivers is laughing. Her
Whatever.
ass
It doesn't
off
matter, man.
About now, I see.
Doesn't
that
matter what
comment.
it is. It's, you know.
Wow.
I'm not gonna.
My girlfriend's friend works out at that gym. You know,
We don't know if the name is true or not. That you gotta.
Yeah.
I just say he's just say he's a young guy.
Doug, we
Whatever.
can't say people's names like that.
Yeah, don't say his name because again we can't prove anything.
Dude,
so,
whatever. It doesn't. It doesn't matter at this point. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna come on here to talk bad about my ex.
it's Florentine.
On him. Hang up.
If you
on
don't,
him.
if you keep saying the name,
Just hang up on him.
you can't keep saying the guy's name because we don't know if it's true.
Right. You're just gonna get us in a big fucking lawsuit. We don't know shit in the end. Did you get that, Eric? Thumbs up.
Look,
Yeah.
we're on good terms. Me and my ex, we got to raise our son together. Everyone gives me advice: be friends. Try to be good friends.
Any comment as far as what that guy's saying?
Did people hear what the guy said? The guy was saying that she hooked up with a younger guy, and he was saying the guy's name. So that we didn't dump out of him saying that she hooked up with a younger.